Dorian, wake up now.
Who are you?
As if you didn't know after all these years.
You could be any one of half a dozen yous. Tori? Jean. Oh, please, let it be Jean. Well, you're not Tommy or Princess. From the way you're dressed, you're certainly not Nikki, so... Who are you? Oh, don't tell me. You're somebody that I have never met before.
Oh, you've met me. I am your nearest and dearest enemy, Victoria Lord Buchanan Carpenter.
Viki.
Yes, I'm back, and I remember everything.
Viki, it's so good to see you again. After all the trials and tribulations, it's good to see you back to your old self again. Welcome home.
You are such a lousy liar, Dorian. You were praying that I wouldn't come back. Since I can tell the world that you knew all along that I was someone else, and I can tell them why you kept that knowledge to yourself.
They wouldn't believe you. You're a psychological minefield.
How could you do such a thing to my mother?
Joe, please, you of all people must believe me.
You knew she needed help. You exploited her illness to save your own neck.
There was nothing more that I could do.
Tell him the rest. She made a deal with one of my altars. She agreed to keep my darkest secret. And in exchange, Jean promised that the world would never know that Dorian murdered Victor Lord. I have remembered my father abusing me. And soon, your secret won't be a secret anymore either.
I can't help you, Dorian. I got you off once. But now it looks like you're on a one-way trip right back to death row. I have to give the diary back to the police now. Lethal injection's painless.
No!
So they say.
Viki, please! Tell them what an awful man Victor Lord was. Not just to me, but to you, too. He deserved to die! Please don't let them do this to me, please.
Let's go ahead, Mom. It's only fair that you get the honor.
Thank you for understanding, Joe.
David! Help!
Mrs. Vickers.
Mrs. Vickers, are you all right? You're gonna hurt me. No. No one's going to hurt you. You just had a bad dream, that's all. That diary. I've got to get that diary. Thank you, Carlotta. Don't worry, I'm just fine. It was just a silly dream.
It wasn't silly. You woke up screaming.
Yes, well, that's what I get for not sleeping last night.
I understand. It must be frightening.
Why? What are you talking about?
Being alone again. Although it is a chance to make a fresh start now that Mr. Vickers is gone.
Oh. Yes, well, it was just one of those, I tried, and he... How did you know that he'd gone?
I saw him packing his bags. He left this letter with a forwarding address. Wish I could say that I'm sorry, but... The truth is, I think it's the best thing that could have happened.
Carlotta, you're right. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. My husband is always forgetting to give me the keys, and I know I could have asked the man at that front office, but there you were, ready to rescue me. He's such a ding-a-ling. Thanks. Oh, you know what my husband's always doing when he isn't forgetting things? He's always hiding things. It's, I don't know, a compulsion with him, you know? How there are some people who are, well, they're afraid of germs, so they're constantly washing their hands. Well, that's how my husband is, you know? It occurs to me. Do you know what my husband is always doing when he isn't hiding things?
No, ma'am, I really couldn't say.
He's always getting people to hide things for him.
Well, ma'am, I never hide nothing for nobody, I swear.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if just maybe, he got the manager to hide something for him in the office safe.
As far as I know, ma'am, this motel doesn't have a safe. This is a real cheap place.
True. Quite true. Well, thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, David, this is a far cry from my mansion. I'll tell you that. You started at the bottom, and you've ended up at the bottom again. All for Tina. All right. Well, if you can do without everything that my money can buy, I might as well divest you of something else. That diary. I have to find that diary. The diary has to be here somewhere. Oh.
Oh, forget it, Dorian. The diary isn't here.
David, what are you doing here?
This is my motel room. Obviously, that didn't stop you from barging in and tearing through the place.
I want the diary.
Really? I told you it's not here.
And why are you here? Aren't you supposed to be winging your way to Santo Domingo to get your much-anticipated divorce?
Divorce doesn't matter now. Nothing matters now.
David? What's going on? What do you mean that a divorce doesn't matter to you anymore? All I've been hearing from you for months is divorce, divorce, divorce. Now suddenly it's not important to you?
If I can't have Tina, why would I want a divorce?
Pray tell, why can't you have Tina? You've always managed to wheedle your way back into her life before.
No, it's not going to happen this time.
How can you be so sure?
I could see it in her eyes. I went to see her to tell her that you and I were getting a divorce and that she and I could really get back together. She couldn't have cared less.
She may have just been playing with you. Women do that.
No, it wasn't a ploy. You didn't see her eyes, Dorian. It's like I was this annoying insect. And she was with another man, so the fat lady has sung. It's really over.
If that's the case, I'm truly sorry.
Oh, just skip it, Dorian. You're not truly anything. And furthermore, never say another word to me again, okay? Ever. Not after what you've done to me.
Oh, and what exactly have I done to you?
Ruined my life.
David, you can blame me for a lot of things, but botching up your romance with Tina is not one of them. You're going to have to take credit for that yourself.
Wrong, Dorian. If it weren't for you, Tina would have forgiven me a long time ago.
Oh, but you've lied to her so many times.
Tina is a loving, forgiving, and very wonderful person. And she loved me. But marrying you, that's the one thing Tina would never be able to forgive me for. And why should she? So thanks to you, my relationship with Tina is over. My whole life is over.
Oh, please. Try not to get so dramatic, will you? Once we're divorced, even if Tina doesn't forgive you, well, your life will go on.
Yeah, it probably will. But what kind of life will it be without Tina, huh? Big zero. I'm never going to find anybody like her.
Yes, it is unlikely that you will ever find anybody who is as intellectually challenged as Tina is. But then again, you're really an attractive man. And once you're divorced from me, you'll find some other unsuspecting, rich bimbo who you can bilk.
Look, first of all, Tina is a whole lot smarter than anybody has ever given her credit for.
Oh, is she?
Yes, she is. And she is a lot better person than you will ever be. And second of all, I didn't do any of this for money. I loved her. And she and I really could have had something important, Dorian. But thanks to you, it's ruined.
David, stop kidding yourself. There's only one thing that ruined your relationship with Tina, and only one thing, and that's your greed.